What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hogline Podcast. You're listening to episode 30 of the Hogline Podcast. Joining me on today's podcast, we have regular co-host Jack. Say what's up to the people.
Hello, everyone.
Always delayed. And we have making his Hogline Podcast debut, Kevin Anthony. What's up, Kevin?
Oh, I'm just happy to be here. It's a beautiful Pittsburgh day. The sun isn't shining.
It is not shining?
No, it is not. It rained.
Oh, really? Okay, that's a bummer. Didn't rain here, but we are good to go. We've got a variety of topics to get into today. To start things off, we're going to be talking about the Final Four games that happened last night and getting into all those details. And then following that, we'll be talking about the Masters, which is upcoming this week starting on Thursday. And, to close out the show, we're going to have a little where we created a top 5 list of our most hated players in the NFL. We did not reveal them to each other, so we do not know who everyone said, but I think that maybe me and Jack will have some of the same people on it.
We're going to have some fun.
There's definitely one that all three of us have. Just putting that out there right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Well, with today's recent events, one guy definitely solidified his place into my number one spot.
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley, Drew Brees, Andrew Luck, J.J. Watt, terrible people. it, then it was definitely a foul.
Poor Charles. I was rooting for UVA, but the consolation prize for Auburn winning would be Charles Barkley going nuts.
Yeah, and I don't know if you like their coach, Bruce Pearl, but I really like him. I like how he's, always energetic, and he has a lot of good quotes, and he's always very sweaty on the sideline, so I like that. Literally, there's puddles of sweat on his underarms. It's cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Who doesn't love a sweat? Are you looking him up, Kevin? Because
No. Who we talking about?
Auburn's coach. His name's Bruce.
Oh, he was so
Bruce
pissed.
Pearl.
Did you see him?
Absolutely nuts.
Oh my God, he was screaming.
Yeah, he screams a lot, but he just literally puddles under his arms of sweat, and
every picture is of him yelling.
Yeah, he's very angry, but he's also very I don't know, I kind of like him, so I was kind of rooting for him, and just because they were a 5, and I kind of liked that. So
wow, that is disgusting.
Are you looking at the sweat?
It's not even his underarms. It's gone all the way up to his shoulders.
I know it. Like I said, it's pretty crazy. But who doesn't love a big sweaty guy?
Yeah, a big sweaty angry guy.
Yeah. So too bad. I don't think Tony Bennett's very big, and I don't think he gets very sweaty, and I don't think Texas
he doesn't
get very sweaty either.
Yell a lot either.
Yeah, Tony Bennett. UVA's coach is very relaxed and subdued. So yeah, I mean, UVA moves on to the finals. I know Jack's rooting for them, and I don't know, Kevin, do you like UVA? I feel like every time
I pick them every year. I was telling Jack, since they've moved on to the finals, I was asking Jack what is the bigger comeback story here. Last year I picked UVA to win, and obviously they lost, first number 1 seed to lose to a 16 seed. So my question was, what's the bigger comeback story? Me picking UVA again this year to win, or UVA getting to the finals?
Yeah, so okay. You shared that bond with them.
Yeah, I just pick them and it never works. Yeah. So it's nice to finally, I don't really care. I can't win anything, so.
No, this would be such a great story.
Yeah.
If UVA wins it all.
Yeah, so I definitely wouldn't, I don't know, I wouldn't feel bad or upset if they won, but I don't know. I just kind of wanted the upset to happen, but.
I like watching Texas. I normally don't like defense, but they still play a fun, they're still fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
Tech.
We'll talk about it in a second here, but I mean, after we talk about the second game, but this final can be very defensive. 2 of the best defensive teams in the country. So honestly, we'll get to that after. I have a question for you guys about that. I said, so you can think about your answer, but I said, how many points do you think will be scored in the final? It's going to be
4.
17.
Yeah, it's going to be low scoring. 2 great defensive teams. I really like this matchup. Wait, are we going to the matchup now?
No, yeah, we'll talk about the other game real quick first. Then
okay.
We need to talk about the final for a few minutes there. But
the over/under set pretty high for that game.
Oh,
what is that? 117?
I think the first one to get to 45 wins.
No, I don't know. About
117.
That's almost 60 points each.
Yeah, that's okay. It sounds like 58, 58.
Virginia hasn't scored.
Low.
They don't.
Any other
took them an OT.
Any other team would. Any other 2 teams in the final would be much higher than 117.
Yeah, it'd be 140.
Michigan State and Auburn.
Yeah. But yeah, before we get into that real quick, I want to talk about the second game that happened. Also a pretty good game. Not as good as the first one, because that first one was kind of a nail biter, but it was kind of close throughout. Texas Tech kind of pulled away at the end, but
Michigan State, they got within 1 late.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a bad game at all, but just it wasn't down to the wire like the other one was.
Yeah.
Texas Tech won 61-51. Jared Culver didn't really have that good of a game. He had 10 points and only shot 25% from the field, which is not very good at all.
And then 9 of his points come in the second half? 8 or 9?
Yeah, he had one. He had one at halftime. That's right. But that white guy, Matt Mooney.
Matt the Moondog Mooney.
Matt the Moondog.
Learn this name now. Learn it now.
22 hit 50% of his shots overall and 50% of his threes, and he was kind of the lone source of offense it's honestly in this whole entire game. But I don't know, he just really couldn't miss. So that I don't know, when their star couldn't perform, the one role player showed up, and that's all they really needed, because they play great defense. They don't really necessarily need the best offense in the world to win, as we all saw. Michigan State's season comes to an end. Cassius Winston didn't really play very well. Had 16 points, shot 25%. Yeah, I don't know. Michigan State just couldn't get anything going on the offensive end, obviously because they, were smothered by Texas Tech's defense.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I don't.
nuts.
I don't know the stat, but exactly. But I know that Texas Tech held Michigan State to 31% as a team, and I think they've held like most of their opponents have been in like the low 30s, which is you're gonna win if you do that. So most likely. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have that much else on this game. Texas Tech's coach is really good. His name's Chris Beard.
He plays with a lot. He coaches, not plays, with a lot of passion.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think all these coaches that made the Final Four. I mean, that's kind of like an obvious statement, but they're all really good coaches. You kind of have to be if you make it this far, obviously. But I don't know. He's I don't know who won. Someone won Coach of the. Tennessee's coach won Coach of the Year for some reason. I think I saw. And I mean, they had a really good regular season and all, but like I don't know. There's a lot of other guys that could have won it, in my opinion.
I mean, that Purdue game could have gone either way, but still.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this guy, Texas Tech, I honestly think that they are really not that good of a team, like talent-wise. I just think their scheme
really works.
Yeah, their scheme is just so good, and they got an NBA prospect in Culver, but everyone else in that team is just kind of a bunch of role players.
That Owens guy is good. He was an injury machine.
Oh yeah, would you watch the whole thing? Tariq Owens, he's
first he bashed the
everywhere.
front of his head, then he bashed the back of his head, and then he got that really gruesome hyperextension.
Yeah, he came back. They came back for the end.
That's gonna be something to watch though. Because I mean it looked bad, so I don't know. There's got to be some kind of swelling with that.
Yeah, I mean he's
But it looks like he's a pretty tough guy. I mean,
he's like 6'11". He's so
super skinny.
You know?
Yeah, he has nothing.
Yeah, but no, he's very good. Gets a lot of blocks, and he's honestly anchors the defense. So
Reddy's good too. The Italian guy.
Davide.
He didn't have a very good game, but
yeah, no, he's very good. No, but the thing about Texas Tech, a lot of their guys are they lost I think they lost like 7 guys from last year's team.
Wow.
And a lot of I don't know the exact number, but a lot of their guys were transfers. So really not a team that I think they were projected to be, honestly, I think 7th in the Big 12 going into the year. So it's kind of crazy they've made the finals. So we'll see what happens on Monday. And just a quick word about the championship. I mean, it's just kind of fascinating how low the over/under is. I mean, any other team it would literally be 20, 25 points higher.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I'm excited for this.
It's gonna have more points than Texas Tech Michigan did.
Is it gonna have more points?
Yeah.
What was the final of that? I don't remember.
Michigan barely got 40.
Like it took them a very long time to get out of the 20s.
Yeah, it was bad. I picked Michigan to win it all, so I was very upset.
Yeah, both teams are gonna be great defensively, as they have been throughout the tournament. I'm excited for the matchup. I think each team is like similar and very well balanced because they both have like their NBA lottery pick. Oh well, 63-44 Tech versus Michigan, but. They both have their NBA lottery pick in UVA's DeAndre Hunter, Texas Tech, Jarrett Culver, and then they both have solid big men in Diakite for UVA and Tariq Owens if he can stay in one piece on Texas Tech. And then their guard play is like both competent. They have obviously Matt Mooney, is he a guard? Or is he okay, yeah. So they have Mooney and what's the Italian?
Moretti,
yeah, Davide Moretti, and then on the other side for UVA, they obviously have Kyle Guy and Ty Jerome. No, so I just think, what'd you say?
No, I think they're going to match up really well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great matchup across the board, and I'm excited to watch.
A lot of people are saying that the ratings are going to be down because the scoring's not going to be there, and
that's dumb.
I mean,
maybe the storyline for Virginia will.
Yeah,
help.
Maybe that.
Yeah, and I honestly it doesn't matter who's playing. If it's a national championship, it's going to be a special game in my opinion. But
yeah,
for like the casual fan, if you don't really have any money invested in it, I could kind of see because like I mean obviously I really like the way these two teams play, and I'm sure you guys do as well. But the casual fan may not. It's kind of like a meticulous, boring. Can be interpreted as kind of boring basketball in a way. So
yeah, Joey.
Joey's a.
Yeah, but I mean for his. Defensive as Texas Tech plays, they still have a fun offense to watch. Like that Mooney when he was hitting all those threes.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
All
fun.
they need
Like
is-
Virginia, they're not as fun to watch.
they can be too. Like they've
Like,
got
Keith
like
is exciting.
Kyle Guy can like if he goes on a streak, he can like hit threes just like anyone else can. No, so it's got potential for some offense. It's not like these teams are totally incompetent on offense, but I'm just saying they don't really need a lot of offense to win necessarily. Yeah, so it'll be fun. This episode may or may not be out by the time the game is over, so we'll see. But it should be fun either way.
Yep.
Got a siren going by.
Yeah.
T-Pain went down.
Big
Yeah.
T-Pain concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hope T-Pain's all right. Prayers up to him. We'll move on. We're going to talk about the Masters. Starts on...
Ooh, a treat.
Oh, God, that was a noise. Starts on Thursday, ends on Sunday. Honestly, one of my favorite weekends. Yeah.
Tradition
so-
like no other.
What?
Tradition like no other.
Yeah.
Unlike no like.
That's
English.
That's kind of a big part of that sentence.
Yeah, it's all right. We understood what you were saying.
Can I run through the odds real quick?
I was going
Just to start us off? No, I
Yeah,
want to do it.
Go ahead.
So I don't know how many I have here, but
do
Rory
all.
we got at number one, best odds at 8-1. Dustin Johnson 10-1. Tiger 12-1.
That's way too
Brooks
high.
Koepka 14-1. Justin Rose 14-1. Bryson DeChambeau 16-1. I hate that guy. Justin Thomas 16-1. Ricky Fowler 16-1. Way too high. He's gonna choke. John Rahm 18-1. Francisco Molinari 20-1.
Wow.
Spieth 20-1, also pretty high, and Fleetwood 25, and that's all I have. I mean, So that's the top 12, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, no, obviously, different, websites and different places might have different odds, but
Yeah, the odds I saw were a little different.
yeah, but it's not going to be too drastic. You know what I mean? Like they're everything I have written down. I don't remember where I got this off of, but they're around the same. So like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I had the top 10 written down as well. Yeah, so going off of that as well, I wrote down some things that said the past 3 winners have been first-time winners, and there's been no back-to-back winners since Tiger in 2001, 2002. So yeah, those are some things to note. I have a few questions written down of the favorites.
Ask away.
Okay. Of the favorites that we just kind of went through there, like the top 10 or 12, out of the favorites, like who do you guys think? Who do you like out of the top guys? Is what I'm trying to say.
You want to go first?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Tommy Fleetwood.
Love Fleetwood.
0 PGA Tour wins. That's going to change.
He's due. I read
Is
on.
is that
You
true?
go.
Never won on the tour.
Really?
He's won on the European. He hasn't won on the PGA Tour.
That's
He has
gonna,
a lot of top fives.
change it's gonna change very soon.
It's not that he's always around. He just hasn't gotten.
Yeah,
It's not like he's like Ricky where he's had the opportunities and choked.
and like Fleetwood's much obviously younger. than
Yeah, he's been around since 2014, I think, which still at 5-6 years. But
Yeah.
he's the amount of times he's playing is increasing on the PGA Tour,
Yeah.
and he's there in like every major.
No, I know. You're right. He's consistently there. If you just look at him, each and every one. So yeah, you're right. Jack, what do you think?
I read about kind of going off that. This I don't know if you guys read about this like sports line. It's called like a sports line like predictor model
Oh, the
or
CBS
something.
thing. The
Yeah,
one that picked Patrick Reed to win.
Yeah, so last year predicted Patrick Reed to win, and then it also predicted Tiger to turn it on late last season. So that's just proving how it's accurate. And they ran this simulation 10,000 times.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not big on. You're right. Yeah, you're looking at it now. They're not big on Spieth. They think it's gonna finish at the top 25,
Yeah,
and rightfully
I
so.
think
I
that's
mean,
right.
he's not. He hasn't been playing well as of late.
He's playing well right now.
Yeah.
He's playing well this week.
So that could be something.
I think he might crack. I think he's going to be up there.
Yeah.
Just
I don't think he'll win. I'm not just of what
Yeah.
happened.
No.
in
Yeah.
season.
Obviously, yeah. When that could stick out in your mind when he choked away a few years ago. But I was going to talk about him because Jack? What did you Out of the odds that you looked at, what would you say? I don't remember what you said.
What my odds had him at 20-1. What
think
did these odds have him at?
He is 20-1. Yeah.
Yeah, so 20-1. I mean, going off of what we just said, that's kind of high.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was gonna say. Obviously, whether he's playing well or not, if someone like, I don't know. I just think if you were like gonna bet on it, I think that's the way to go. I just think it's like
it makes absolutely no sense to bet on Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, that's just like, would your
8-1,
yeah,
8-1.
8-1 across the board. I mean, I did read something today. However, he's having statistically the best putting season of his career this year so far.
He blew up at
But
the
still,
Masters too, didn't he?
Right. Yeah. So just going off the past, like his past Masters, he hasn't won the Masters.
No, that's the only one he needs for the Grand Slam.
Like going off his past Masters, I don't know how you can bet on him at 8-1. Like, what's the return you're gonna get on that for like the? I don't know. I would definitely not
for
bet
people
on
looking
Rory.
for a riskier option. It makes a lot more sense to stay away from him.
Yeah. And
if I'm doing it for a living, I'm betting on Rory McIlroy. But
true. Yeah, that's a good point. But about going back to the sports line thing that I saw earlier, they are big on Fleetwood, and they're not big on speed. That was just kind of like the main thing I saw got out of that.
Justin Rose is up there too.
Yeah, he is.
My dad's a big Justin Rose fan. When I had him,
I don't like him.
So is my dad.
Good one. I don't remember if I had him on before the PGA Championship or the British Open, but he predicted that he would win, and I think he did pretty well, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know. I could definitely see Rose doing well as well.
He just likes him because he's good looking. That's what he said.
Okay.
I don't necessarily. Would you guys consider Justin Rose a good-looking guy?
Fine.
I don't know. I wouldn't consider him a good-looking guy. I would consider him like middle of the pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of a tangent there, but Jack, remember what was that? Did we talk about one episode where we rated like NBA players' looks?
Yeah, Kevin Knox was at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
We should do that again. Like we're doing later, we'll do a top 5 ugliest and or best looking at a certain sport or in all sports.
Yeah, future episode. That'll be a nice segment we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the Masters. I have another question. Who, outside the guys we kind of mentioned, who do you think could make some noise?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, Justin Thomas is up there, so that's not really anything out of the blue.
Yeah.
I just like the way he plays, and when he's on, it's fun to watch.
What I want to say, and I think we can all speak to this. Of course, we're pulling for our man Hideki.
Of course.
I bet he finishes top. He's not gonna win. I bet he finishes top 10.
I mean, length isn't that important here.
Yeah.
Like Dustin Johnson's game is not cut out for the Masters.
Like
Augusta.
Like it's precision. There are some long holes, but it's putting and your accuracy. That's the big things here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so you're right. Necessarily, like guys like big hitters like Rob.
Like almost everyone now, I guess, is a big hitter. But you like between the guys that are hitting at 340 and the ones that are only hitting at like 300.
Right. That's gonna make the difference.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're right. It might not.
Like everyone's long now, respectively.
Yeah. No, that's definitely a good point. It definitely might not necessarily how far they hit it could necessarily give them more of a competitive advantage where it could on other courses. All right. Oh yeah. He's kind of borderline like top 15, I guess, favored to win, but I kind of was saying maybe look out for Molinari. I feel like if he can get a lead, like what did he win? He won the
British
right?
Open
last year, yeah,
against Tiger.
Yeah, so I think I feel like watching him there. Once he got a lead, he didn't mess up.
He just made pars. It was a par machine.
Yeah, so maybe something similar.
It's the most boring thing I've seen.
Yeah, so like if he can get out to a lead, he can kind of keep it. So we'll see about that. But
yeah, I feel like for Molinari is the name that not many people know.